What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Sunday Funday. I'm pretty sure this is the 4th episode. I'm really not even sure right now. I just woke up. It's actually the day of that I'm going to be uploading this, so usually I don't really do this. I usually record the commentaries either the day before or a few days before to kind of give myself that time to prep and all that. But yep, this is the 4th episode. And for those of you guys who don't know what Sunday Funday is, it's the series where I talk about my military experiences, give you guys some funny stories, some serious stories, and everything in between. So, without further ado, let's get on with the show. So, today's episode is going to be about fast roping and my experiences I've had with it so far. I've mentioned fast roping really briefly before in the Sunday Funday episode where I talk about my near-death experiences. But this time I'm going to get into more detail about it and what to expect with it. So, for those of you guys who don't know what fast roping is, it's pretty much what you see in Black Hawk Down. The scene where they come in on the helicopters hover, the ropes are thrown down, and then they go. And you remember that famous scene, Grimesy, no fear, what? Okay. And then he goes down, and then Blackbird misses the rope and falls. Yeah, I've seen that personally. So, it's some serious shit. It really is. And one of the things that actually made me want to talk about it today, I had a dream about it last night. We've done it so damn much in the Marine Corps with my unit that it's literally engraved in my brain. And all the other guys, whenever we talk about fast roping, we're just like, oh shit, here we go with this. But I had a dream about it last night that we were doing it out of Blackhawks, and I don't know why. In the dream, I just see one of the guys from my unit just on the Black Hawk, and then it kind of makes this a banking maneuver, and the dude just falls out of the damn chopper. That was kind of a weird dream, but I was like, I don't know, fuck it, maybe it's an omen of something that's gonna happen in the future. I don't know. But pretty much the way we do fast roping in the Marine Corps, we do it in a crawl, walk, run type of fashion, or at least that's the way it should be done. If your unit is not doing it in that sense, then and you are in the Marine Corps, then you guys are pretty fucked, because fast roping is a high risk operation. It's high risk. The risk of you getting injured is incredibly high. Every time you do fast roping, at least about 10% to 20% of guys will experience some type of injury, from minor injuries to severe, where they're snapping their legs, or from snapping their legs to possibly even dying because of a fall from a high height, landing in the wrong way, things like that. It's really high risk operations, and that's why the Marine Corps kind of takes it in a crawl, walk, run sense. And then after a while, when you guys have been doing it for a while, it's fast paced. Every 10 feet on that rope, there's a Marine going down. So a Marine grabs the rope, Hearstmaster brings him to the rope, and then they say go, and you twist, you turn away from the Hearstmaster, so that way you don't bring him down with you, and you go down the rope. After that 10 feet, 10 feet of distance between that guy and the next guy's going down, and then 10 feet and the next guy's going down, and it's fast paced. It's made so that way you could get Marines on the deck in a fast and orderly manner, and then as soon as they hit the ground, they're going to security posture. That's usually the way it's done. So the first time we did fast roping, it was honestly a pretty crazy experience because of the amount of guys we had get injured. It was pretty ridiculous. So we do it, the first run is going to be slick. It's just you and your camis, and then a Kevlar, and that's all you do. And then you got your gloves and everything like that, and you're gonna want those leather glove shells with the inserts. So the inserts being another glove. So you're wearing a really thick, hardcore fucking layer of leather gloves, and then underneath that you have wool gloves, winter gloves pretty much, so that way you don't feel the rope burn, but your hands are still going to get hot no matter what. So we arrive at the tower. We're doing it this time off of a rappel tower, so it's not out of a helicopter, and we get geared up and all that, and then we do it. We do the first run slick, that goes fine, and then we do that a few times so that way we could get used to it and get used to the kind of the way you're supposed to do it, the method to it. And then we gear up. We get our flax on, our packs on, our rifles, our Kevlars, Like, we're full combat load going down this fucking rope. So I'm up on the top of the tower. It's 50 feet high, so it's not incredibly high, but 50 feet is still a good distance for you to fuck yourself up. So we're on top of the tower, and the first two people are getting ready to go. And then I remember on the left, it's a guy named Gribble. And then on the right, I forgot who it was. But there's Marines that are scared of heights, you know, and even though you're scared of heights, you're going to fucking do it. Like, they're going to make you do it. And you just got to be able to get over that fear. There's Marines who are able to do it. There's Marines that have a little bit of trouble. But at the end of the day, everybody gets down that rope. And me, myself, personally, whenever I get around heights, I'm not necessarily afraid to the point where I'm, like, crippling, like, my ability to think and everything like that. My heart gets going. I get nervous. But I think that's normal. I think everybody experiences that because the human body is, like, on average, 5.5 feet to 6.5 feet. And, you know, 50 feet, that's like almost 9 to 10 times your height. So, yeah, you're going to get fucking scared. So, they're getting ready to go down, and then Gribble, the Hearstmaster, grabs him. He's like, grab the rope. Gribble grabs the rope. And then when he goes down, all we hear is from the people, there's Hearstmasters at the top. And for those of you guys who don't know what a Hearstmaster is, it's somebody who's went through a course to be professional, like no shit, tying knots and setting up the rope, and their whole job that day is to oversee this and make sure it's done right. They've gone through, like, it's like a 2-week course where all they do is fast roping, all they do is set up the ropes. They do it out of multiple helicopters, multiple times, like crazy amount of time. So the Hearstmaster, there's Hearstmasters on the bottom and Hearstmasters on the top, and all we hear when Gribble goes down that rope is legs, use your legs. And then the next thing you hear is just a fucking loud boom. And, like, you hear, it's so incredible the way he snapped his leg. You heard the fucking crack. Like, it was just like, boom. And then all you hear is, no. And then you hear, Corbin up. Oh, shit. Like, this dude just straight up, like, grabbed the rope and fucking went down the rope. And he didn't use his legs. I don't know if he was nervous. I don't know what the fuck happened. He used his hands only, and you don't fucking do that. Your hands burn if you use only your hands. You don't have enough friction on that rope to slow yourself down or to go down at a controlled pace. If you're not using your legs, you're fucked. Like, you're fucked 6 ways to Sunday, ironically it being Sunday. But, like, holy shit, like, this dude was done. His ankle was dangling off, and he's just on the ground. You just hear him, like, moaning, like, oh, like, fucking, like, it's, oh, my God. It's, I wanted to go down there and just, like, have a movie reference moment, because we do it a lot in the Marine Corps. We always reference movies. It's hilarious. So I wanted to go down there and just be like, what happened to him? And then somebody be like, he fell, Mr. Rope. How did he do that? I don't know. Like from Black Hawk Down. But yeah, I know it's a pretty, like, serious situation to a lot of people. But in the Marine Corps, we find humor in the most darkest fucking days. So that was the first dude to go down the rope. That's what happened. He snapped his leg. And he was no longer deployable. He was no longer, like, able to do anything in the Marine Corps. He eventually got medically separated from the Marine Corps with like, the benefits and stuff like that. So, you know, he served his country well. He did his job. But at the end of the day, it was just one mistake that ended his whole career, really, in the Marine Corps, and ended possibly what could be a lot of things that he could have done in the future. Whether he wanted to go into law enforcement or anything like that, he's not going to be able to now. Because his injury was severe, really severe. The next couple of guys that went down, they went down fine, and then I wasn't really there to see it, but apparently somebody else got really fucked up too. And we just had a lot of guys that day. Not necessarily, we only had like a couple get a serious injury like that, but we had quite a bit get severe sprains, severe this, severe that, like a torn meniscus on somebody. A lot of knee injuries and whatnot because of the fact that you got high impact on the ground, especially like, you know, it's a lot to handle at times. So you're going down with all your gear. You can't really control how fast you go down sometimes. You just go down. But the next injury that I'm going to talk about, fast forward to we're in Spain, and we're doing a fast roping out of a helicopter, out of an Osprey. And some guy from the other company, me being a Fox company, he's from Easy Company. And real quick, for those of you guys, I know in today's military, Easy Company is no longer like a thing. They call it Echo Company. But in my unit, Easy Company is still called Easy Company, and it's still called that by the entire Marine Corps because of like a tradition or history behind that company. I don't really know the tradition or the history because that's not my company, but you know, I'm actually I'll read up on that, and or I'll just ask one of the guys like tomorrow at work or some shit. So yeah, that's why it's called that. But yeah, we were doing fast roping, and we had a platoon from Easy Company attached to our company, and they were going down. It was their turn, and he apparently, like, completely, utterly missed the fucking rope. Like straight up Blackburn status. Like, it was just like, but the helicopter didn't move or anything. I mean, with the Ospreys, though, it's different. It's no longer 50 feet. When you're fast roping out of an Osprey, it's a good 80 to 100 feet, and that's a fluctuating height. What I mean by that is the downwash from the Osprey, the wind coming from the, like, nature and shit, the natural wind coming in, and just the Osprey itself, you know, it's a helicopter. It's not going to perfectly stay at 80 feet or whatever. It's going to fluctuate. It's going to keep going down a little bit and up a little bit and down a little bit. So it fluctuates between 80 and 100 feet. And it depends on the day. It depends on how much, whatever. It just fluctuates. And he missed the rope and just completely fell out of the helicopter. Like, completely just, he smacked the fucking ground. He bounced off the fucking ground and then hit it again. And that was it. But he didn't die. I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck. I shit you not. This motherfucker got up. He got up. Now, I want you to imagine this for a second. All right? You're about to come out of a helicopter, right? It's about 80 to 100 feet fluctuating, okay? You missed the fucking rope, and you fall out of the helicopter. You hit the ground, you bounce off the ground, you hit it again, and you get the fuck up. Like, you just fell off a playground at Chuck E. Cheese. I mentioned Chuck E. Cheese a lot. I don't know why. Do they even have fucking playgrounds? I don't think so. Whatever. You freaking fell off like the slide at the McDonald's play place. Like, this dude just got up, and like his attitude was just like, I'm alright. And he just like runs off to his platoon. And it's just like, yeah. See what happened? And we're all just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious, dude? You just fell out of a fucking helicopter. And you're the luckiest guy, like, alive right now. Like, you should go later. I mean, he couldn't. We were on deployment. But, hey, when you get home, you should play the lottery, dude. Like, seriously. And, to this day, it's still a mystery to a lot of people as to how that happened. Like, you know, like, there's freak incidents of nature. And I've honestly, I never really have experienced one. And that was just, like, what the fuck, dude? How do you get up from that? And the fact that it's not even like he got up and he was just like, oh, fucked up, like, but he's still able to walk off crippling. He walked off like nothing. So that story right there is one of amazement. He should have died. Like, he should have just straight up fucking died. And it wasn't like, you know, it was like the softest ground. It was on grass, but it's still like hard packed fucking grass because we were on a fucking runway. So yeah, I mean, fast roping is pretty fucking insane. It really is. There's a lot of guys that get injured. There's guys that die from it. It's something that you really got to take seriously. You really got to fucking, if you guys are ever going to join the Marine Corps, if you're going to join the Marine Corps Infantry, you're going to do fast roping at some point, most likely. So for those of you guys who are planning on doing that, take that shit seriously. Listen to what the Hearst Masters say. Keep friction and keep those hands at chest level. Keep those feet straight out. But have the rope going in between them through the soles of your boots. You don't want it to be on the side of your boots because that's just going to burn right through. Rope burn is a serious thing. You could get fucking no shit like 3rd degree fucking burn from rope burn. It's especially when you're going down at a fast pace for about 50 to 100 feet, wherever you may be doing it that day. And it just comes in straight up contact with your skin. you're gonna have a bad day. You're probably gonna let go of the rope, and you're gonna have an even worse day, or that might be the last few seconds of your life. So I've come into a close call with it. You guys heard it in my near-death experience video. It was pretty insane. I would have definitely fallen head first if I would have let go of that rope, like the way my rifle apparently wanted me to. Another thing I've seen while fast roping, the craziest, well, not even the craziest. The craziest was the dude fucking falling out of the helicopter. But another crazy thing that I saw with my own 2 eyes, that was just, I was like, wow, that is the power of this fucking helicopter. So the Osprey has what's called downwash, right? And that's from the rotary just fucking going. Everything below is just getting washed out. Like you see in the movies when a helicopter comes in, everything's flying around. That's no shit. It's even worse than the way they show it in the movies. When we got dropped off at a LZ, a landing zone in California, in the middle of the mountains, and it's all rocky and shit. It's 29 Palms. We set up the security. We laid down, and when the Osprey took off, I had no shit fucking rocks the size of like. Let me think of something good. Like, look at your fist right now, and imagine like 3 or 4 fists just like all together. Like rocks the size of that just flying at me like fucking like Mariano Rivera or Randy Johnson. I know I just fucking got some old ass fucking baseball players, but as if like they just fucking pitched that shit and they're trying to strike this guy out with a fastball. Like we've had rocks the size of pretty fucking sizable rocks just flying at us because the Osprey just took off, and all it was rocks around there. But the time that we were rappelling out of the Osprey on Lejeune, it was an area where as soon as you landed, as soon as you got on the deck, you know, you're running to set up your security, but there's potholes everywhere, and it's all grassy. The grass is pretty high because it's in the middle of the field, so you can't really see where the fucking holes in the ground are. So it was pretty funny to just see you guys run and just fall into a hole, and then they get up and they're like, oh shit, and they keep on going to because like the way we do it, as soon as you're down on the deck, you run towards what's called the Mako gate. You run directly to like the helo 6 o'clock position, and you run to these 2 Marines, and they count you to keep accountability of all Marines coming on the deck. Once you're counted, you bank off right or bank off left, whichever way they tell you to go, and you set in. You start running to a good position. You set in for that 360 security around the helicopter to ensure that nothing happens. You know, make sure that in a real world situation, you're not about to be fucked up by the enemy and all that shit. So it's funny just seeing guys running, and they're running towards the Mako gate, and then they're just like, doom, and just freaking fall and shit like that. But one dude, his M16 rifle, mind you, this is a 7.5 pound rifle, right? And with the RCO on it, with the PEC on it, it weighs a lot more. The RCO weighs about a good like 1.5 pounds. The PEC, I would say like 0.5 pound maybe, I don't know. But it's a good size weight, about 10 pounds or something. And his rifle, the sling kind of snaps off when he's fast roping, and the rifle goes falling to the ground, and the downwash from the fucking Osprey causes this rifle, instead of falling straight down hitting the floor, it causes it to swerve down, hit the floor, and tumble like a tumbleweed towards the freaking Mako gate. And all you see is a rifle from muzzle to buttstock just hitting the ground at a really high fucking speed. And it's just like, it finally stops because I guess it gets caught some sort of pothole. But if it would have kept going and hit one of those guys at the Mako gate, those dudes would have had a bad fucking day. A fucking rifle coming at you, like once again, Randy Johnson fucking pitched it in the 9th inning and he's down by like 1 point. You know, like, holy shit, dude, that's some serious shit right there. But yeah, while fast roping, you're gonna see a lot of crazy shit. That's the high risk operation right there. That's when shit gets fucking real at times, and you better say your prayers before going down that rope if you don't know what you're doing, because you're about to have a bad fucking day. The voice is cracking like crazy today, man. I just woke up. So that's pretty much it on fast roping. You know, there's a lot. That's mainly the main shit that I've seen. If I could think of anything else, I'll probably just throw it in a shooting the shit episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this series, really. I think judging from the feedback I'm getting, I got really great feedback on the marriage video yesterday, by the way. I really appreciate all the support. I'm not hurt over it anymore or anything like that. It's just, it's a hard topic to talk about sometimes, not because of the fact that I think of her. Her and I were still on friendly terms. You know, we talk as though we're friends. We don't hate each other. But it's just like, I think, like, I'm 23 getting a divorce. You know, that's kind of a fucked up situation. But yeah, like, I got great feedback on that video. I'm getting great feedback on these videos, on the Sunday Fun Days. You guys seem to be enjoying the shit out of this content. And if you are, you know, just share it with your friends, share it with whoever you want, so that way they could be entertained as well if you think that they're going to be into this sort of thing. Definitely helps out my channel. It really does. Like I said, I'm not after views, but at the end of the day, it is my goal to kind of grow my channel and see where it could go. But if it doesn't, I mean, I'm just going to keep on going. I mean, I get like on average 2,000 to 3,000 views anyways. That's good enough for me, really. Being around no shit numbers like that, like fucking 800 people actually seeing it, because, you know, we have a lot of battalion formations and stuff like that, and that's a good about like 8 to 1,100 people, and that's a lot of fucking people. Holy shit. Like, if we all got together somewhere, like, you guys would see how many people it is. We just overlook views on YouTube, really, because of the fact that we're so used to seeing videos getting like 1 million views and shit like that. We're just like, if you get 3,000, that's nothing. 3,000 is still a lot of fucking people. And mind you, 1 million is a lot of fucking people too. So the fact that, honestly, all my videos together over the entire time I've been doing YouTube has gotten 36 million views or some shit like that. That's a fucking fuck ton of people. My God. And I know a lot of that's like repeat views, but even if it is repeat views, that's like at least like 10 million different people have watched my damn videos. Like, that's some crazy shit. But I'm gonna cut that off here. I'm getting into like I'm going down the rabbit hole right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Favorite this video if you're new, or favorite this video if you want to. Subscribe to this video, or subscribe to this channel. Wow, I'm fucking this all up. Subscribe to this channel if you're new here. There's going to be a lot more commentaries coming to you guys in the future. I'll be in the field for the next few days, so I'll try to pump out like 1 or 2 before I go and get that up. So, I don't know. Expect it. Might not happen, so just bear with me, alright? So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, peace.